Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a pleasure to be before you today. I was wondering what message I was going to give and even doubted to even give a message because I noticed for the last maybe a year, maybe 6 months, that a lot of my posting, I rarely see anybody respond. Maybe people see them and don't want to respond because I had someone told me that. They see my videos, but they don't want to respond or make comments because they don't want their friends to see that they agree with something I said. So that may be one. But I noticed in this section where it has, do you know this particular person, that those images are still there. I still recognize the same. When I refresh it, I see the same group of people that was there weeks and weeks ago. And I know that there are a lot of censoring and not showing people videos only to your friends that I say, for example, if I have 5 friends and 2 of the 3 respond to something I post, then they may, Facebook algorithm may allow them to see something I post. So you really don't know. So I feel at times when I'm posting something on Facebook, I'm actually posting it to myself, and I usually just copy it and upload it to my YouTube page. But this is the first uh, message I'm giving in a long time. And I was wondering what I was going to say, and I knew this was Martin Luther King's birthday. I was going to talk about some other things, and then I feel that I should just recap something I said about Martin Luther King's birthday in January the 15th, 2018. I did a long version on my YouTube channel, Hidden Tears, if you want to watch it. It got like 70 views. And I did a short version on January the 20th, 2018. And I don't think I did any other message. I think I did, oh yes, I did post the message on Facebook. I did a Facebook message. So I struggled with even bother saying this, but then I learned that we all have a purpose in life. You have a purpose, I have a purpose. Some people may not agree with our purpose in life, and that's okay. That's their opinion. But everybody have their niche of what they was put on this earth for. We must look at ourselves and begin to think and question, what is our purpose on this earth? You may have your purpose, and that's fine. But then there are a few of us have a godly purpose and have not recognized it, or some have recognized it and struggle to fulfill God's purpose because it required them to give up something that they don't want to give up. And what I'm sharing with you, I can relate to a lot of things. A lot of my messages are spontaneous on my YouTube channels. Very rarely, I always do live. Not a lot of them are recorded and then uploaded. And because I don't have thumbnails to a lot of my videos, that's the reason why. Because back in the day, before the explosion of all these social media, it was just YouTube, Facebook, and MySpace, if you remember that. And then I progressed in putting messages out, but then I started thinking that when you put out messages, if I don't do drama, I don't do, satire where I make fun of people or, show myself half naked or, do certain things to get people to comment or like, for things to, to go viral. And I thought about that, and I said, maybe I need to do that. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick to what I was meant, that what was given to me on this earth. And during the course of my life, you become hated or people don't like you for the things that you say. I've been told that I'm acting white because I don't talk white, or I'm not thinking like a black person. I don't agree with stuff that's being said. I say things based on what God gave me to say, and people take offense to it. It's like me saying 1 plus 1 is 2, and you're going to try to convince me it's 3, but it's not. You're going to have a discussion. People going to have a discussion with you and never even do any research on this subject, and they think they know more than you, and they go by feelings. So a lot of us, like myself in the past, we go by emotional thinking, what we think, what we feel, what we want, what we believe. And that may be okay in some instances, but when it comes to looking at your life, what is your purpose on this earth for is. And I have this saying, I said to myself, I woke up. How do you know you woke up if you didn't wake up? How do you know that you didn't wake up in the morning if you did not wake up? You would not know. Because though people around you, if there are people around you, would know that you did not wake up in the morning, or they may hear the news that you didn't wake up. You don't know. Tomorrow, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour from now, people are dying and have died prior to me logging on. Life is not promised to us. Our existence is not promised to us in the physical. Of course, we can receive longevity and live on this earth and do what God wants us to do. That's another message, but think about it. Is our life to just have sex, people get pregnant, do things what we want to do, and then simply die, only to be remembered for the bad things we have done? What do you want to be remembered for? What impact that you have done that will cause people, that have caused people to change their lives? What little victories that you have come in contact with? What are you struggling with that you should be doing, especially when it comes to we who call ourselves Christians or following God? So on Martin Luther King Day, sadly, a lot of individuals, a lot of young people do not know or have not heard or don't even care about Martin Luther King's birthday. I'm not saying it's the truth. Only the older folks know about Martin Luther King's birthday. I talked to a young teenager a couple of days ago, was saying something to me, and I said, "You sound like a politician." She said, "Politics? I don't know anything about politics." She's the only thing I knew about Biden and Bush and Trump, but I like Trump. And she said, "I need to learn about politics." And I got to thinking, I said, you know what? There's a lot of people that say I don't talk politics and religion. Yeah, you don't have to talk politics and religion. I don't even bother with politics and religion. But then I can take advantage of you if I come to you and tell you lies. So there's a lot of individuals that do not care about politics because it's a white thing. It don't benefit me, but indirectly, it does affect you. It does. Indirectly and sometimes directly affect you. So there's a lot of people can care less about Martin Luther King's birthday. I'm not saying nothing to be offensive. That's the truth. Then Martin Luther King's birthday today, and then next month will be Black History Day. Some people hate, of other races hate Black History Day. I just thought about it. You can hate Black History Month, but yet you enjoy the Pride Month. You can't pick and choose. People can pick and choose, but you can't say one month should not be tolerated in a particular race, but yet other individuals can have their months and weeks. So we're living in a world where there's a lot of racial division going on from all races. Blacks can be racist. I'm sorry, you may think they can't. So I don't have the power to be racist. Yes, you do. Think about it. Think about it. And so when the truth, the hard truth is not being said and not being spoken, then people never heard it. And like from my experience, when I've given messages, people have commented on certain things I've said in a negative way or defamatory way, in a certain way, kind of around the bush kind of way, and they don't like what I said, and they say I'm putting the black people down, I'm showing the side of a black person that ought not to be shown. Oh, really? Have you walked the street and see young men walking down the street with their pants below their waist, don't know the history of that, and then when you tell them, they say, "Oh, that's not me," but you're representing it. Look, do your homework, which I have done 3 videos because my cousin, it's a push button subject for her. She don't like to see it, and a friend of mine. So I have done videos and people suggest, why don't do a video on that to educate people? You can only educate a few. You can only educate those who want to know the answer. And when you are partaking in things, not knowing the history of it, and people know the history of it, and it's sad. So when I do see young men walking down the street, their choice, wearing their pants below their waist, have matching underwear and shoes and socks and all that kind of stuff. You know, to them it look cool, and they hold their pants up with no belt, and they're walking pigeon toe because they don't want to break their shoes scribe, and they do all these kind of things. And I said, wow, we're going to start seeing men wear dresses. You may laugh, but there are some individuals in the social media world or entertainment world, people wear dresses for certain things to get people attention. You know, I call it planting the seeds. Oh, it's normal. So are we going to see older men and older men and young people walking around with a dress opening like men are wearing pants? You may laugh, but we probably would see it. And they will justify, oh, we can wear pants and dress because women wear our clothes too. So I thought about these things, and I come back and I say, well, where do we go to hear the truth? There's some social media site where they say certain things, but sometimes they don't just they skirt around it and not direct, and they kind of join both sides. One side believe, and then those who really speak the truth are censored and snatched down and say what they said is wrong because it was fact checked in what they said. But I have a Bible right here, resting my elbow on this Bible, and I cannot fact check what God said. Can I fact check? I can read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation and find many scriptures and verses where God said this is a sin and what you're doing does go against him. So how does God make a change? He must speak to you or whomever that's listening, and he will use that person. We may don't like that person, but God will use that individual to speak, he or she to speak what need to be spoken, because he see that they have the spiritual potential to say what need to be said. And I say this to a person the other day. I say, if we had our choice, everybody who God chose to do his work had a problem, had an issue with, had an issue, we will not choose them. Because we be looking to, oh, I want a perfect person. They got to be white, they got to be female, they got to be this, they got to be that. And you never pick a candidate. And I thought about it and said, that makes sense. God chooses the candidate. And how do you know it's the right candidate? Look at the oppression, the fighting, and look at what they experience. If I agree on the bad side of things, people are going to welcome me. If I agree on the good side of things, people are going to attack me. May I need to say more. So that's how we know God is very much in politics. The government, the Bible is 71% government, 29% personal. So yes, when we say I don't want to know about history and I don't because it doesn't apply to me, you know. So yes, there are a lot of individuals do not care, do not want to know about anything pertaining to Martin Luther King's birthday or the coming up Black history, which I did a message on Black history also. So I have seen 2018. So a lot of messages I have done on my YouTube channel, Hidden Tears, and He Still Speaks Now, Listen, and Thoughts in the AM. A lot of my messages, you may look at them today and you see the time I did them, you will say, wow, that applied to what's going on right now. And you may see something in my message, in my videos, that might touch you. You say, wow, I need to know this answer. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink. So yes, a lot of individuals do not, look at my notes, a lot of individuals do not care about Martin Luther King's birthday. People have gone to the speeches and gone to the parades, and they sell whatever, and they follow the band, and they do whatever, and they go to the church and have the speech and remind of Martin Luther King's birthday. And then come tomorrow, which is the 16th, is there going to be a mass swelling of people on the street, you know, saying that we need to get along, we need to quit doing, we need to quit rioting and looting. It's funny is that when a Black individual get killed, people go to the street and loot and steal and do whatever in the name of the victim. And what they gotta do about the victim when they steal and loot and do whatever. And people say, well, they should protect this stuff, but what they gotta do with the dead person when you go loot and burn down a Black business or burn down any store in the community, and then people got to rebuild, or they might not have no insurance, and they might go far to shop in the name of the victim. You know, and it's just sad. I don't know about you, but it's sad. It's sad to me when I hear of that. I'm just one person, but one person can make a difference, because when I speak, somebody else may hear what I said, and then the next person, and the next person, the next person. So one person can make a difference by first planting the seeds. and we must get over our emotionalism, what's in it for me, how it affects me, what I think I can get, and I don't want to ruffle any feathers. And then we see the same thing going on throughout our lives in our race of people, the black race, that we are being told that we are nothing and have not accomplished anything in life. So will it be an overflow from the Martin Luther King holiday that cause a change in people's lives? There may be individual commitment to make a difference in their lives and maybe some other people. I'm sure that some blacks do not know what Martin Luther King did or stood for. And some schools and states don't even really taught black history. And Black History Month is coming in a few weeks for a whole month. And what's going to happen? Speeches and parades and whatever. And when that goes away, will it be an onslaught of a significant change in the community? And I remember Martin Luther King's speech. So I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where there will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the contents of their character. I heard many voices from the white and black race saying, judge the black by the color of their skin. This is going backward. I'm sure we have a few that will agree what is wrong with it. It is for the cause, and it has more of an impact. Like I said, a lot of things that Martin Luther King stood for people would not accept them today. They will go away. Don't judge me by the contents of judge me by the contents of my color and not by the contents of my skin. You don't finish school, you drop out of school or whatever lifestyle you're living, and you say judge me by my color and my sex, not by my thinking and contents that I feel. So, and then you have where are the voices that say they speak for people. Yes, there are onslaught of voices for different races of people in the world that we're living in right now, especially in the last 4 or 5 years. There is a long onslaught of voices speaking for their own race. And where are the voices that speaking for the black race or, the female or whatever? So I'm going to address it. It can go across different races. So judge me by the content, not judge me by my color. Judge me by my color. Judge me by my sex, and then you did not finish school. Some people believe what is wrong with writing, looting, rioting, stealing, setting fire, injuring people, and so on. What is wrong with that? I say it's wrong. It's like nowhere I'm in a crab in a basket. Someone gave me that expression about being a crab in a basket because I saw I went to the seafood and the guy was pulling out a crab and 3 crab was attached to that crab to get out of that basket. And it's funny, the crab is alive, and then you put the crab in hot water and the crab dies in the hot water. So a lot of individuals are crab in a basket, attach themselves to other crabs, not mean insult, but other crabs, and they don't want to be pulled out of the basket. And if they are pulled out of the basket of thinking, they want to attach themselves to that person who they're thinking the same thoughts. In Martin Luther King's speech, I say the cover of the person books look good. This is me. The cover look at an individual today, a male or a female, any race. The cover of that person is a book. The physical body is a book and may look good. But what I want to know is the contents about the book and what reveal their thinking. Meaning the cover of the physical person, the physical cover, the physical body of the person is a book to me. But when they open their mouth, they give me the table of contents, what's in their book. And I'm not going to buy that book. Some people want to go to the back of the book and see the ending, but they don't know why the ending is that way, because you must be going to the beginning. Judge me by the contents of my character, not by the contents of my color. And for those who follow the news, there are some states and some colleges and some places out of this country where they're going back to segregating. We need to have our own neighborhood. We need to have our own school. We need to have our own this. We need to have our own that. And it's fine, but wait a minute. All these black trailblazers that we have history, the Rosa Parks and the Jesse Owens and the black trailblazers that saw a problem stood up and they died and they endure whatever they endure to give us the right that we have today. And you got people of different races saying, let's go back to that right now. And you and I know if you put, not to be argumentative, but if we can't even get along among ourselves. And so we say, let's have our own whatever. So all these black trailblazers, what did they die for? When it saw, you couldn't ride the bus, you got to get in the back. When it saw the oppression, to go back to that because we want freedom, it's like, are you reading your history? Are you read? So I should go back to that. And then what if they say, oh, let's capture blacks on the street and start hanging them and whipping them and doing stuff to them because, we want to go back to back in the day kind of stuff. So we got to start thinking, not look at, we should not choose things based on our emotions, based on what we feel, think, and believe, and figure it get us somewhere in the clip. As I thought about Martin Luther King holiday, this thought came to mind. I have a dream too. From my insight about Martin Luther King's speech, I created my own I have a dream too. And I said maybe it's time for a new speech that people can rally around or cause them to think. I want to speak. I'm looking at my notes I printed. I want this message to touch the lives of those who listen to it or listen this far, to consider their behaviors and the things they're doing among themselves to others for whatever reason and whatever purpose or what they think. I was a man, like I was telling someone when I grew up, I used to study a lot, words like stress and shrimp and though and that. I still have a problem pronouncing certain words. And people laugh and say, oh, you can't pronounce that word. You can't say that word. Oh, I read what you wrote, but, you didn't do this and that. And they focus on the negative side of, because I didn't cross a T, I use improper grammar, which is, I understand that, but they focus on that and say, did you read the message? Oh, yeah, but, they focus on the negative side of it. And in the early days, I took offense to it, but now I'm getting older and I start, teaching myself through programming, asking people questions. So I'm learning too. So yes, does your decision inspire, encourage, build up, revive people, or does it hurt, harm them mentally and physically? The choices that we make can harm, the ungodly choices that we make can harm other people. And when I say certain things or I have a certain topic or I discuss certain things, people shy away from it because they don't want to be a part of it. They even attack me verbally and say that I should not be doing what I'm doing. But yet I ask myself, where are the trailblazers of the past that we see today? Do we really see a swell of black leaders who said they speak for us, speaking for us in a manner of the black trailblazers who saw a problem and they went and say what needed to be said and not wait for greasing my finger with cash and now look the other way. We say, oh, it's the white man oppressing the black male, but yet black people, but yet at the same time, am I to believe that blacks don't oppress their own people? Think about it. I'm not saying nothing that you probably have never heard. All races do that. So when we come to realize that who's our friend, we must trust in God, listen to what they're saying, and see what position they're coming from, and that's is our way of knowing what is the truth. If we rely on our emotions and our skin color, then we're going to lose in every battle. That goes for any race. I can take advantage of you if you don't educate yourself on religion and politics and educate yourself. I remember this black female told me that when she meet a man, she would ask him who's the governor of the state, who's the mayor in the town which they live. If they can't answer those type of questions, she wasn't interested with them because she feels that we as the race of people should educate ourselves to have information, just to have the information. So if we hear something, we don't get taken back, or being taken advantage of. So this is I have a dream too. I have a dream too that someday people will begin to wake up from being asleep while they are awake. When they do, they will see all they have missed. Our culture is changing and they are to blame. I have a dream too that someday some American blacks will quit using race as an excuse not to try to better themselves. I have a dream too that someday American black male will begin to take care of their responsibility to those children they have abandoned. I have a dream too that someday the American black male will begin to become a family unit again where a black child can grow up in a two-family parent household. And that's not seen today in a lot of households. I have a dream too that someday the American black will realize that there are some blacks in authority position to do something, don't want them to succeed because keeping the black mentally enslaved will, with lies, enriches them. It reminds me of a book I wrote. It says, "Stay on the plantation, it benefits me." What is the plantation? The plantation of my thoughts and ideals. I'm telling you lies or whatever to cause you to stay on my plantation of lies and ideas because they benefit me, but I give you a little bit of truth thinking it benefit you. And then when you wake up and start thinking for yourself, then you escape from the plantation of lies and whatever have enslaved you from whoever is enslaving you. Then how does that person get you back? They whip you with lies and a little bit of truth, and you come, I'm sorry, I should keep believing what you say. Please don't hurt me anymore. Please don't do this to me. So that's where that phrase comes from. Stay on the plantation of my ideas and belief because it benefits me, not really you. I have a dream too that one day the American black females say no to any man who wants to engage in a sexual relationship before they are married. I can say that in my early days before I became to where I'm at right now, I did engage in a sexual relationship when I wasn't married. As I grew older, I saw, even I know the Bible say I shouldn't be doing it, I did it because of my sexual desire and my temptation and whatever. I did it because I choose to do it. And I knew it was wrong, but I still did it. I have a dream too that one day the American black male will realize that they are somebody, not stupid or ignorant. They are here on this earth to be a blessing. They must realize they have a rich, prosperous history. Many inventions came from the minds of black individuals. Research your history. Do some research. Type in the 100 black inventions by black people, and you see the traffic light, the blood, the washing machine. A lot of things that we see today was actually invented by black individuals. You know, I didn't learn that in school, but it's out there on the internet. You can do yourself. So we are being told today in society that blacks are just black and we're stupid and we're ignorant and we have no purpose, no function other than people stealing, sagging, doing whatever. And that's all you hear about black. You don't hear, oh, you know the traffic light you stopped at? You know a black person invented that or created that or came up with that. Do your homework. You see a lot of black inventors did things, the first heart surgery. It's a lot of things that I did not even know that blacks that I have in my home, that you probably have in your home, that blacks did invented the thing. And then you might say, oh, the white man stole it or whatever. I'm not getting into that. But yet blacks are smart and can create things and don't have a race, so we didn't do nothing. I have a dream too that one day American black male, yeah, I did that. They must realize they have a rich, I did that. I have a dream too that one day the young black male will abandon their desire to steal, sell illegal drugs to their own race, resist the temptation to commit crime, get a job and go back to school if they need to. I have a dream too that one day the American black male realizes that black American before them paved the way for them to have the opportunity to have a dream or goal and to achieve it. I have a dream too that one day the American blacks who drop out of school for whatever reason return to getting a GED to resist their pride, get an education because their lack of education prevent them from advancing in society. I met a young lady working in a fast food joint and she dropped out of school. I said, do you have any babies? She said, no. She said, I need to go back to school because I realized when I dropped out of school for whatever reason she did, she didn't have no children, and she said she do not want to grow up working at a fast food establishment without a GED or some kind of go back to school, get a GED. She bite her lips, figuratively speaking, and say, I'm going to make something of myself. And you got a lot of young people, different races, all this applies to races too, different races. This what I'm giving to you can apply. Some part of it can apply to other races too. But she said, and she realized that she cannot go any further. For example, if she dropped out in 8th grade, she cannot go any further than the 8th grade. And some kids today say, I don't like to read, I don't like to read, I don't like to read. I use the thing alphabet, 26 letter alphabet. If you only know A to C, and that's the only way you're going to communicate with A letters, A words, B words, and C words. When someone come up to you and start speaking D all the way down to Z, you're going to have a problem because you say, what are you talking about? Because we must read, and the more you read, the better we become, better communicators and better writers by reading and learning how to read. And this is black history. Some may say, well, whites in the slavery days did taught blacks how to read. Whites in slavery days in black history did help blacks to escape, and they was hung and killed and faced same thing blacks experienced. But do you hear that when it comes to black history? And maybe you heard it, maybe this is your first time. Tell me about black history, fine. But give me all of the black history and let me decide what I want to pick and choose from. So that's coming up next month. And let me see. I have a dream too that one day the American black male will be a blessing to those who are in need regardless of their race and sex. I have a dream too that one day the American black male will start wearing earrings, which is a sign of being a slave, pull up their trousers, and begin to set example for the young black. The thing about the earring, I remember doing some research, and I found out in Africa, some parts in Africa, when they capture a slave, blacks have slaves in Africa? Yes, they did, and probably have them now. And when they capture a black slave, they put an earring in that person's ear. Maybe it was an earring pertaining to their tribe. So if the person escaped or if someone saw them, they know they belonged to a certain tribe. So that's why I didn't know that when men wearing earrings. And I have a dream too that one day when any race use the N-word for profit, to insult, to degrade, to demean, they should be ignored because to join them defines you. Whoever accept their belief, it reveals their thinking. I heard that we own the N-word. I never bought it. I heard that we can use the N-word because it has a lot, because of the history and whatever. You cannot change. An apple is an apple. An egg is an egg. We cannot say, I'm going to change it to benefit me in music or whatever we're using the word for. And we have other races use the word who are our friends. And then some people use the words kids. When I was a police officer, blacks use the word against me. So it's an insulting word. And I asked this young man one day, I said, you know the N-word mean? He said, no. And I said, you know that the other races know what the word means? He said, no. So when another nationality know what the N-word means and how it was used in slavery, and then you spitting out your mouth, it was used in slavery to insult, to degrade, to demean blacks and whomever, and then you using the word against me and telling me that I'm an N, then you saying the same thing to me. You can't use the word. You can use the word and say, oh, it doesn't mean that anymore because that was back in the day, but yet we use the same word that had the same meaning, same definition among ourselves and to other people, and think it's okay because we own the N-word and we can change it. And I did a series of messages on my YouTube channel where I think it came out to 9 different messages that I only did one because someone mentioned it to me about it, said it to me, and I said, no, I need to educate people, not that I don't know people know it. So I educate the young people because a lot of young people are going to school right now or come from single parent home. In the streets are teaching them, and they're not learning from their grandmama used to be in their family structure anymore, and they're learning bad ways, and then they don't hear things that you hear from me, from where they live. So yes, that's a push button topic. And I have a dream too that that American female desire to be married, to have a family and marry not out of wedlock. I have a dream too that one day the American black male will stop impregnating females, abandoning them, and going into another to do the same thing. We heard, oh, so isn't that your baby? Oh, that's not my baby. She cheated on me, and then the girl get pregnant for the same black male who abandoned the first mother who had this child, and then he do the same thing to him. And I saw someone say, I got 12 kids, and I paid my child support on 12 kids. So you have 12 baby mamas, and you're not married to neither one, and you take pride in having 12 baby mamas, and you take pride in saying, because I paid child support. You married that when you got that woman out of wedlock. I'm sorry, you did not marry that woman, and that's another push button. People say, oh, it's a mistake. Yes, we can make mistakes. Yes, we can make mistakes, but yet when we hear the truth, don't bite the messenger or want to beat the messenger for saying things. Sometimes people need to hear the straight, honest truth, and move away from that. I have a dream too that one day the American black will come together to solve problems for their neighborhood. One person can cause a change. The neighborhood that anybody, it could be any race. I'm speaking, the neighborhood that you live in that you may say is crime infested. If you move everybody out of that neighborhood and but nobody physically living in that neighborhood, what's there? The houses, the stores, and the cars. Do the cars and the houses create the problem? No. It's the individual thinking that create the problem. An individual who's thinking the right way can move in the neighborhood and cause a change, or chain reaction, and change that neighborhood, to change the mindset of the people. So it's the mindset of the individual in the community that makes the neighborhood in the manner it is. That it is. I have a dream too that one day the American black quit killing, stealing, looting, and rioting and harming other blacks and other races. I have a dream too that one day all American blacks will walk up to their mountain of thoughts and say, I want to see the American blacks come together and begin to live their true purpose. Break away from anyone who tells them they lack intelligence because of their race. I have a dream too that one day the American blacks will stop following the thoughts of the movie stars, the singers, the rappers, the newscasters, and social media, and politicians, and mothers, and fathers, and wives, and family members, thinking that insult to any race and uses the black race for their own cause, to keep the people on their plantation of thinking and belief that really benefits them. I have a dream too that one day the American blacks will realize that they are not monkeys or donkeys or whatever phrase used to define them. They are somebody, not a useless species to be used by any race. I have a dream too that one day God will begin to appear in those who are manifesting His mind, doing all they can do to survive in this country under suppression from those who seek to control their thinking with fear of being arrested, killed, hurt, and so on. I have a dream too that one day the American people wake up from being seduced into this or that about themselves and others. I have a dream too that one day God will begin to execute judgment on those who think they are above the law and untouchable. I have a dream too that one day people will see the power and authority of God manifesting through those who He called. There will be no doubt that God has appeared. I remember watching the movie The Titan, and Denzel Washington was the coach, and he was doing a racial time, and he took them out away from the town, and they developed a bond. They hated each other, white and black, and they developed a bond. They worked together, and time they came back to the town, they fall apart, and then they start getting good and start playing football and they start winning. And there was one particular game that I think the coach, the referee was calling penalty on them like water. And then when the white coach went up there and said, I know what you're doing, call the game fair. And then I think that was the scene. Denzel Washington said, he said, what he said? Let them, I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember exactly what he said. He said, let them know this day that they have met the Titans, because they did the score. They made it known who they was. So it will come a time that God will begin to manifest through those individuals that He has chosen. There will be no doubt that God is manifesting through that person to say what He wants them to say. We may not like the individual, the color of the person's skin, or where they come from, but it's God who's doing the choosing. And when we go up against God candidate or God person, we face the wrath of God. I have a dream, too, that American people wake up from being, I said that, I have a dream, too, that one day righteousness will return in a great force, that people will turn from their wicked ways. I have a dream, too, that one day people realize that all lives matter through the eyes of God, not a selective few. I have a dream, too, that one day Christians will commit to following all of God's ways and thoughts. Anthony, do you do it? Have you done it? Do you do it now? No. I can say roller coaster moments. It's a struggle. It's a battle within the mind that we all must go through. Have a dream, too, that one day the truth will manifest to such a degree that it covers the lives, rendering it powerless in the lives of those who have been captured. Have a dream, too, that one day you and I will remember that one person from any race can cause a change. We all have a God-given purpose. If you do not know what it is, your purpose is to ask Him. Begin to have your dream, too. Then one day you will share it and hope it changes the thinking of those who are mentally enslaved. I have a dream, too, that one day you who are listening will listen to I Have a Dream, too, and realize the time has come for you to have a dream, too. I have a dream, too, that one day when I wake up, I see my vision manifest in the lives of people who want to cause the change in others, who are tired of their self-imposed thoughts that prevent them from trying. People must wake up from their self-imposed mental prison, become before their dreams. People must wake up from their self-imposed prison and seek out their dreams and allow it to manifest in their lives, affecting others. I have a dream, too, that the dreams ring. I have a dream, too, that our dreams ring across this land and cause the change in the lives of others and self. God has a purpose for your life. It may come to you in the form of a dream. If you're not sure, then ask Him. Have He given you a dream? Have He given you a purpose in your life? That when you exercise and manifest His purpose, it will not only touch you, it will touch other people. Take your eyes off of the man or the woman or the skin color or the sex. God can use anyone. We may not like the candidate or have our own belief about the candidate, but God knows what He's doing. He does not make a mistake. He's the same today and yesterday and forever. We change like the wind. Our emotions, the things we hear, cause us to change. Thank you for those who watch this message this far. It's my prayer that you will share and allow other people to hear what you've heard and be blessed. Begin to come out of your self-imposed mental prison. Don't allow anyone to tell you to think for you. Think for yourself. If I tell you to run off the cliff or jump off the diving board and blindfold you, are you going to run off the diving board and jump believing there's water underneath? No, you're going to rip off the blindfold. Some people are walking as though they are spiritually blinded, which you can be spiritually blinded because of the lies and emotions and feelings. Fear is not of God. Fear is not from God. Our thoughts that we think, the thoughts that we think reveal you. Anybody from in the sound of my voice, anybody that you know from this day forward will show you who they are from the thoughts that they're thinking. Their thoughts will control their behavior. They will do what God said or fight God or other way around. So this is my message for Martin Luther King Day, my version of I Have a Dream Too. It's my prayer that it's touched you in such a way and caused you to begin to look at your life. I know individual may be mad or upset because I gave this message. You can go to my YouTube channel. I did it in 2018 and educate yourself. As a matter of fact, if you look at the scroll to the video tab, you may see a message that says, wow, what's that about? And it may be pertaining to you. We live in a time, all of you who listen to me, now listen to me right now, God allowed you to wake up when you went to sleep last night. God will allow you to wake up tomorrow morning if He decides that you should wake up. And if you don't wake up, then those who are around you or will hear about you know that you didn't wake up. God has a lot for us. He has blessing for us. He wants us to learn about Him. We must die for Him, die to the things that we want to hold on to. Yes, everybody's not going to come to God. Jesus did not heal everybody. We may want our loved ones to know what we know. They may don't want to know what we know. But we must come to recognize what plan, what goal, what dream that God has put in you. That you, when we have a dream, we dream. You ever had a dream that was so real and you woke up and you said, wow, that's the dream. But when you had the dream, it was so convincing, and then you wake up and the dream dissolved. You say, man, I can't remember that dream. God can give us a thought or purpose in life through a dream, and we don't act on it. And what happens? It dissolves. And we run around here doing whatever, imitating off of, copying off of people, doing what we're not born and created for. Oh, I want to be a rapper, but you can't rap. I want to be a basketball player, but you can't play basketball. I want to be a football player, but you can't football. We should not be looking at people and say, I want to be like them. We should look at what is your talent. You may be a good artist. You may be a good writer. You may be a good reader. You may be a good counselor. You may have a niche that only God gave each and every one of us a dream and a goal. You may not realize it because he wants to see himself through you manifesting that gift on any given day. Martin Luther King going to be in at 12 o'clock, the holiday. And tomorrow will be back to normal. And then a few weeks to be Black History. And then Kwanzaa and everything else come in throughout the whole year. Those choices that people make. But when we really look at history and look at what God said, something that we are doing and partaking in ought not to be doing. And like I say to myself, I did a lot of things that I should not have done. And I grew it up. When I'm back in the day, I said, oh, she looked good in that outfit. She looked good, whatever. Oh, I'm going to try to sleep with her. I'm going to try to have sex with her, whatever. And then you get to a point as you grew up and say, wait a minute. I thank God that he wake me up. So yes, every morning when I wake up, I say, Lord, thank you for waking me up. Because I knew that I woke up because you woke me up. When the alarm clock go off, I hit it and say, thank you, Lord, for waking me up. Do you do that? Life is not the color of my skin, the money I have, the houses I have, the women that people may have, the husband, the boyfriend, or whoever you're doing. God see all of that. And if you don't wake up tomorrow, you won't know if you didn't wake up. People will know that you didn't wake up. You won't be able to say, oh, I didn't wake up. Oh, I can't come back. If I die tonight, I can't come back. I will not come back. If I died and put me in my grave, I cannot come back. People remember me, but you will not come back. To say, oh, I died last night and I'm back. No. Allow this message to wake you up. Allow this message to impregnate, be some form of impregnation, impregnating you for a new beginning, to ask God as you know him to be your God. And when he revealed to you what you did wrong or not doing, just say, Lord, I confess my sins that I didn't do what I need to do. Help me to do what I need to do. Help me to overcome my fear. I know I'm going to lose people that's all my friends, but I want to be used by you. We live in 2024. Did I thought that I'd be living at 2024? No. Will I live at 2025? I don't know. Time and space changes. To 12, I'll close this. 12 o'clock tonight. Are we going to be awake? You don't know that. Anyone can drop dead like this for whatever reason. That was their time. So we must begin to think, what purpose? What is your reason for living? You may live and get married. That's fine. I'm not against getting married and having kids. But there are a lot of us out here that God has impregnated us with a gift that we're not using. So this particular message he gave me, it came about on the January 2018. Because someone asked me a question. Say, Anthony, what are you doing on Martin Luther King holiday? And I actually forgot that it was January the 15th. And I said, when I had a particular job, I had to work that day. And so you working that day, you need to take off. So if I took off and celebrate his birthday and go to the parades and go to the church and hear a message, that would be fine. But my question when I walk out of that church or go to that parade and the next day comes then did that message sunk in that I heard? Did it cause me to search myself and say what role I can play in that what I do and choose to do that people can benefit from what I did in my past? No, no. So wake up. So thank you. Share and allow other people to hear what you hear. For those who listen, it's a pleasure to be before you. Not for those who listen, thank you for listening and sharing. If you have a comment, comment. If you want me to speak on something, just simply speak on it. Type it in. I'll see it. Nobody else will. I won't give your name. You can go to my YouTube channel. Hidden Tears. He Still Speaks Now. Listen. Thoughts in the AM. And He Still Speaks. Yes, yes. The reading the thoughts of the AM. A young lady said, Anthony, you got a lot of good thoughts. You need to create a YouTube channel. She's a business manager, business in marketing school. And she said, you have a lot of thoughts. So that's where that channel comes. I'm not saying thoughts in the AM like AM in the morning. It's my initials. So Anthony's thoughts in the morning. Those are my thoughts. Like if you have different CNN, a newscaster may have Joy in the AM or so-and-so. They have the name as a clitch, a niche. So that's where that comes from. So it's a pleasure to be before you. Will I do another one? I don't know. Because like I said, I haven't did one in a long time. And through my fault on my own, or like I said, when I do videos and I post videos and I post certain things, I don't see any response. Even if the person says yes or I like what he said, but when you don't get anything, like, wait a minute, is I'm just broadcasting to myself? Because I've heard, some people say that when they do videos that they don't even, only 5 friends may see them, or it blocks, nobody don't see everything you see. But I will take this down, copy it, and upload it to my channel. He Still Speaks Now. Listen. So thank you for those of you who watch it, share, like, and subscribe.